Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and this is some Dyson Sphere Program. It's the middle of the night in the game. Let me just check everything is functioning as per. Yeah, that's that. And then check the game audio is coming through. Yes, it is. Click on that. Just tweak that. Go. Smashing. I've done my best to ensure that if overheating it was the source of last time's crash. It wasn't last week, was it? Because I was on holiday last week. But if it was anything to do with overheating, I've tried my best to sort of fix that by. I've only started the game 5 minutes before we started streaming, and I gave it a good clean out. Got rid of the dust. It wasn't all that dusty because I'd done it when I moved, but maybe if it was an overheating issue, that might solve it. But I suspect it's just time for the upgrade. So I have tweaked this. This is not quite as well tweaked. Basically, I've upgraded everything. So I just went round and just did full-on fastest level upgrades. I did discover a slight issue with that, in that belts in particular are produced so fast. Because what I've done, I've then set this to be demand. So I'm going to keep both belts at the moment, but we may well just go with blue all the time. But I set this to demand so that, because for when I was upgrading, I've upgraded some other bits and pieces on the other planets, and so I wanted to be able to pull these in and recycle them into the higher levels. Same with the yellow inserters rather. And the issue was that it makes them so fast with a turquoise level 3 machine that it doesn't get a chance to put them in via drone, basically. So this fills up. I think I actually manually put a load in as well, just to try and get rid of them, because that other one filled up. But by chunking this down to a level 3, it's sufficiently slow that I could probably, like a slow inserter, that it will take them from the other machine, from the planetary logistics system. But yes, this is all now upgraded. The goal today is to try and get close to. Oh, actually, let's just have that research chunking away. Try and get close to doing solar sails. If we look at the research, we would need to do. Increase the max output. So, yeah, we are in a position where we could actually go straight for a Dyson Sphere. What I'd quite like to do is just set up solar sails on this planet. The plan, I think, I am going to try and have us build our Dyson Sphere, if we get that far, around that star, just to do something different. But I think we probably need solar sails here. At the very least, we need to produce them and have them shipped to that other planet, because I'm thinking of that planet as going to be just like rockets, and maybe it makes solar sails, but I think we need to get it going using solar sails, if that makes sense. So I've queued these up. What we actually need to do first, because there's obviously a couple of bits here that we're making just in tiny quantities locally, which are and some we're not even making at all. So we need to make these, and I put this here as well because that's one of the things. So we need a production area for each of those, and this is the other reason I think we may need to go, because these in particular absolutely, absorb power like you wouldn't believe, and so if we're to make them any kind of volume, we will probably need sort of solar sail type power generation. Then these two are the other production types. I'm not too fussed. Well, I suppose there's also, yeah, I'd quite like to build the buildings. Whether we actually make, I didn't actually put the machine down, did I? Whether we actually make solar sails here or not, I say we can kind of decide. But you see, it also needs the quantum photon combinators. Green science is our blocker, and these ones I've put on here are all non-green science. It's interesting that that's flashing. I don't know if that's just because research is so fast. Oh, what have I got on as a... Oh, this was from flying home. I've actually been going to other planets and like upgrading stuff and building stuff. So, for example, we now have optical crystal gratings. So we're making the level 2 miners. I don't think I've got any on me. I should carry some around, shouldn't I, really? And this planet has the first 2. Oh, it's not made any. Okay. Why not? Because they need optical crystal gratings, don't they? I'd say this is the problem with this system, because I've done it... Oh, they're down here. Why are you not running? Oh, right. Okay, is it not requesting them in? So frames... Oh, where would they be coming in from then? So it's got... Is it that one? Oh. This couldn't possibly function, could it? Because... Have I confused... So the green strong matters. Hello, Overclock Gaming. Are you producing to fulfill the priority list for delivery to happen? Producing to fulfill the priority list for delivery to happen. I'm not sure what you mean by that. The problem with this, it's not. I've not actually ordered in the optical crystal gratings. I'm not quite sure why I've. It's just an error, I think. So that's the them. That's the blue things. That's frame materials. Oh, Sarah Haggis, raiding the party of 5. Thank you very much. That's very kind. How are you doing? Oh, producing enough. Sorry, I see. Overclock Gaming. Yes, I mean, I am... I mean, the optical crystal gratings are... I think there should be an entire ILS one of those. Hello, howdy. Welcome to the stream. What were you... well, you must have been streaming yourself. There's a way of me finding out, isn't there? What were you just playing? Was it Dyson Sphere or... Oops. Something else? Let's have a look. They are coming in, aren't they? This is the question. I'm looking at the wrong end. Should be on the red. There. Unless I'm not. How did those come in then? What have I done wrong? So... Oh, there we go. So there's your optical crystal gratings coming in. So we're getting them. Dyson Sphere, cool. Well, how far into the game are you? Are you a sort of experienced player? I'm always fascinated to know. I occasionally get people popping in who've done, you know, thousands and thousands of hours in this, and I'm not quite that experienced. Played it through just a couple of times. So yes, so I think I need to just rebuild this because I don't see how I'm going to get... Because I've connected up, what I've done, I think, the error, is that this one needs the green ones. Obviously it needs the level ones. The titanium glass, the green ones, processor things. And then I've connected that across. And it's not the right thing. Because this is green dumbbells and it doesn't need those. 2,000 hours, wow. And are you building up to, you know, is it a single save with, you know, multiple Dyson spheres in, or are you? I'm just trying to think, because we do want to share those two, don't we? Because that's frame materials. So it's really only that one that's an overlap. So I could maybe like move this all down to here. Yeah, so if I do a copy and paste, like that. Well, if I just, because it would need to go there. So if I quit out of that, oops. If I quit out of that, and then we kind of get rid of all of these. In fact, let's do it with that one. And then maybe just take that out for the time being, and then paste it in. Need to go there, I guess. Let's build that. About 1,000 of which is waiting for a sphere to build. Okay. Going for the 50 gig and 1 million hash per second achievement. Wow. So how many Dyson Sphere slash layers of Dyson Sphere does that equate to? I assume it's quite a few. I haven't properly looked at the achievements. They introduced the achievements between while I was doing my last series, which was like several months ago, and occasionally they pop up, and I'm a little bit surprised by them because, as I say, I haven't really looked at the list. So we want that one on there, and then there. I'll just fix this one. So this, it needs to be the optical crystal gratings, isn't it? And we want it to pull them in. And we want to give it drones. We want to set that to 1. And then we want to make sure it is now properly working. Oh, I guess because I haven't got that filled in, it's not actually put drones in any of them, is it? So I'll have to do that. Cool. Get rid of that. I've just giving you a warning that you're still streaming there. 10 around a blue giant. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so that is now working. We are making them? Yes, we are. Has it made any? 3. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now, what about you? You should be just finished, basically, because I think that's been running. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Right, so what was I doing? So I need to say make these. What I think I might do is just put a separate build with the old silicon, whatever it calls them, silicon dooblies. I might as well just check on the science and see how that's going. Where's science over here? Because distinct possibility that something has run out or gone slow. It's been a long time since I checked on it. Everything seems to be running okay. Yeah, it's just obviously having a bit of a moment. I guess it's because it's got lots of research speed boosts. And I've got this giant stack before I'd done then. Right, okay, let's find a nice space to build some other silicon stuff. In fact, am I pulling silicon in? I'm pulling silicon that in. And they're made from silicon and copper, okay. Okay. The other thing that I sort of should have done that I didn't really get time for is more landfill. Or not landfill. Of course, it's something different, isn't it? But I didn't really. Did these empty out? Not yet. Oh, that one's empty. Okay. So we can maybe stick it in there then, since that one's empty. Gives us a bit of room. Okay, let's go over there then. Yeah, I mean, I'd hoped to play a bit more, but I just didn't really get the time to kind of dedicate it to it, because I need to. I'm going completely the wrong way. I need to get more of the basics going. Like this, for example, there was like a single patch left, and I've killed it off. So we could get rid of this because we want to shift all of the like low-level production off planet at least. Let's put it in here. Like circuits. I mean, I got loads of circuits being made on other planets now, so I could get rid of a lot of these. But I don't think that's particularly interesting stream material. So right, let's just put something simple in. The other thing I'm really not doing that I should be is proliferating. Again, I'm not sure that's particularly interesting to watch me go around putting, you know, loads of proliferation on. But anyway, just to explain myself, I'm just a hobby streamer. I'm not any kind of serious player of any of these games. I just sort of quite enjoy streaming, and I'm mostly Factorio, so I've done lots of series of Factorio, and that's my main game. But I like all the sort of, you know, building management type games as well. This is probably, I'd say, probably my second favourite. I've done quite a lot of Satisfactory streams as well. I found that a bit frustrating in the end. I'm hoping, when they've said the next update of Satisfactory, they're not putting in a bigger blueprint, but unless that gets a bigger blueprint system, I'm not sure I'll be playing that again. Quite annoying in the end game to build in that. I think this game has learned more sort of lessons from Factorio than Satisfactory has. But where the heck is the? I can't see there. Okay. Some bots in. So they let's just leave it for the moment. But it's like 2 to 1, isn't it? So if I do 3,000, 1,500, and then like that, that's ready to go. I wonder if I could get away with green belt. Good enough, I guess. Okay, let's put that there. That one. There. That side. So if these take, I can never remember how much the high level bolts hold. 30 a second, isn't it? So the actual blue has a 1.5 production speed. So it would be 15 machines if it was normal, so it's 10, isn't it? I think. That feels like maths. The other question is, should I start using these? I understand people aren't particular fans of these ones, but I quite like them. They're sort of different sort of a challenge to them. But I know they also drain power, don't they? So let's leave them for a while. Let's put you there. Whoops. No. So that's... Oops. Get that one. Cool. Really proliferate on the starter world. Yeah, it seems a bit... I don't know. Is there a way of because it's fundamentally limited, isn't it, proliferation? Because although I'm sure there's planets with like 1,000,000,000 billion coal on them somewhere, but because it's like limited resource based, unless I think it's saying that's what it used to be, but don't you now? No, the level 1 is made from coal, and you don't have a way of. Yeah, so it doesn't use the graphite, which you would need to be fully sustainable, because obviously graphite you can get out of oil. Anyway, right. Let's pop these on demand and see if I've messed this up. I've certainly messed up power poles, because those aren't powered. Okay. So it's already taken them away. Lovely jubbly. I've also got the maths completely wrong there, haven't I? Because that's nowhere near a blue belt. I've done it on seconds and minutes. I've confused those, haven't I? It doesn't matter. We're fine with a bit of production. I'm not actually where I'm making circuits. I'm doing it locally. Yeah, I think I must have confused seconds and minutes there. Let's see about. In fact, let's just do it the old school way. So we might as well have sort of 3 blocks, I guess. One in there. There. Okay, so I need slightly more about. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that's the silicons. We'll do a little production of something else here as well, I think, because we don't really need this water. Small resources in Homeworld are not worth doing to level 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one of the things I quite like about this game, it's not something that I'm. It's well, how to phrase it? It's well designed for mega basing, so big scale. The goal it gives you is, and the tools it gives you are sort of sensible for doing that. It's not my priority, and the truth is that my machine is not really capable of doing things at that scale, because it's quite an old CPU, etc. So I think I'll leave that until, I keep going on about upgrading, but it's quite expensive, so it might be a while. Which should we do next? Let's do what? Let's do the photon combinator things. Is that what they're called? The pink triangles. But yeah, I quite like that they've properly set it up to sort of do that. And the resources get bonkers, and obviously it has photon combinators. It is okay, and then we want prisms and circuit boards. So yeah, it's just automatically, good for doing that type of thing. And so it gives you enough tools in terms of whatchamacallit, you know, the blueprints and all that sort of stuff to make it a worthwhile or doable thing. Let's just set this one up first. So I put, oh, I've done it the wrong way around, haven't I? That needs to be the prisms. And then the outside one is the circuit boards. Yeah, it's like I say, Vector is my favourite game, but I know I actually live streamed my first attempt to do a mega base, which I did after like 3,000 hours of play. So it's not it's not something I've done too much of in general. But let me see if I put that there. Oh no, wait, I guess it's because it's the curvature of the planet at this point, but it's weird that that's too far away or too close when it's just the default stretch. Or whatever. Okay. I found out more FPS friendly than Factorio. Only thing DSP lacks is logic case. Yeah, I've said that a few times on this. It would be good to have. It's quite good at, you know, sort of self-managing, but it could be good to be able to do. The thing I find particularly, I don't know about annoying, but not the wrong end of the planet. So, you know, when you do these, you know, when you try and like, you know, so you go and do a planet and then you've got a load of stuff and you just whack it in an ILS and you want it to come home again, so you come in and do your, you know, settings and all that sort of stuff, but you end up often with, particularly with like belts and stuff like that, you'll end up with thousands and thousands of them, and it'd be good to be able to put some proper logic on some of these. These are sort of getting there, but it'd be good to be able to say, you know, don't make like Candy Factory, you know, don't make any more if there's already 1,000 of them, you know, just don't bother. Whereas you've got to do a lot more of the sort of manual stuff. It's what do they call it? It's I can't remember what the sort of proper term is, but is it NP complete? I can't remember. But no, that's a problem thing, isn't it? But basically, the logic system in Factorio is like a fully operational, you know, language essentially. So you can do, you know, well, people have, haven't they? They've done, you know, they've created music videos or you know, recreated music videos in Factorio and stuff. It's quite clever, but yeah, I think this end, I mean, same with Satisfactory, that could do with a logic system of some description, you know. So being able to just say to this, you know, because all I can do is tell it to bring in for, you know, X thousand or whatever. You know, I can't say only bring them in if there's, you know, if this drops below 500, let me, you know, bring in more, you know, prisms and stuff. You just can't do that in this. So if that's 2, we put that on 4, say. That's 2. You know, and you can't set priorities for these things. So I can't say, right, I want you to make photon combiners first, or you know, they are fairly good at it's good at managing it itself, but you know, it's not perfect and might not do exactly sort of what you want, as it were. Cool. Let's just let it chuck through and see what errors I've made this time. I hadn't seen one error, which is that I put the blooming thing on there again. I'm not. I started, and like the blueprinting system in this is good, but I think I took the wrong approach where I was trying to make every single thing separately, and I got really rather bored. So it sort of stops at the lower level stuff, and these are all just level 1 machines. I don't know if it now has a way of auto upgrading your blueprints at all. Cool. Well, that's some of them. Not an enormous amount, but we don't need an enormous amount for now. Cool. What have we got next? I guess we get into the more complicated stuff now. So I can chop that one out now that we've got a proper production. So frame materials, I guess, should be next. Now let's find a bit of... I wonder if I should just... I mean, there's not a lot in there, is there? No, let's just leave it for now. Where's a nice little bit of land to build on? I say I'm not producing a lot of foundation material, so trying to avoid. Ooh, we could maybe build there. Where's that? Where's that way? Just the min loader vessels. Yeah, I guess you could do a lot of fiddling around and stuff, but as I say, it'd be good to just have a, you know, like in fact, where you can just connect it to the logistics system, tell it something, and it'll do it, sort of thing. It's not too much fiddling about. It's like you can do the thing with like the range of the things as well. So you could set up a complicated chain, you know, this transport range of drones and that sort of thing, where that, you know, it'll only take out one thing because it's close enough and that sort of thing. But I mean, why bother? Right. You gonna build this here? I guess. Yeah. Let's see if I can just ease it in there. Oh! Thank you very much for the follow. So I guess very kind. Oh, you're in Australia. Hope you've had a good day, and as you say, good night. But thank you very much for the follows. Very much appreciated. And good luck with your 50 gig. So I think it'll be quite a while before I get up there. Right, what am I trying to produce? I'm trying to produce frame materials, which are quite heavy on different resources. These, I think I'm going to proliferate this. Maybe, but yeah, I think I'll proliferate it, which probably means I'm better off doing a planetary, interplanetary, interstellar. Get it right in a minute. I always quite like that the drones with these things, they fly up to the top. I don't know why they did it, but it's quite cool because it sort of makes me feel like they're carrying the ILS. How they're carrying it, I don't know. And this is one of the worst cases of the whole like weird pocket dimension that all these building games have for their inventory system, because it's like, how could this thing, well, how could 10 of these things, you know, possibly sit in an inventory slot? When you look at, I mean, the mech's meant to be like, what is it, a couple 100 meters tall or something? Because this is, you know, obviously scraping out into the atmosphere. It's like almost like the what do you call it? Space elevator type thing, you know. And it's like, well, how do 10 of those fit in a stack inside the mech's pockets? It's like just a tad on the impossible side. Okay, so if we're trying to make frame materials, my favourite one of it is the Factoria's nuclear power plants, where it's like, you know, well, I mean, rockets is sillier, but I say my favourite one is nuclear power plants, because it's like, if you've ever seen a nuclear power plant, The idea of sitting with 10, you know, a stack of 10 of them in your pocket is just like, it's just, just tickles me. Right, frame materials, which are carbon nanotubes. Now we may have to, or is it graphene? No, carbon nanotubes. We may have to increase production of that. And then you've got your titanium thingamajob. And that, and as I say, I think we might proliferate this one just for the sake of it, because it's not cheap. Which would be that one. So just drop that down to 100. So if we try and do, what's the ratio on this? 411. So if we try and do, say, 2, 8, 2, 2. And then we want the local things. I say carbon nanotubes may be the problem one. In fact, titanium alloy, I'm not sure how much of that I'm actually making. It's not a lot. Anyway, let's get this done. See how many we can fit in there. I think, don't they take like 30 seconds each or something? These? Oh, 6 seconds. Okay. Not too bad then. But... Right, so that's where we would want it. And we'll come out with the carbon nanotubes there. So that goes there. And there as well. And then I may even do that the other way around. So if we do actually, if I single do that, so if we do the titanium and the silicon, then I could put the nanotubes around the back. That'd be slightly tidier, I think. Cool. So then, where's me proliferating me bulbs? There we go. That one. And then there. That. And across to there. Cool. Right. How are these up? The inserters on. I mean, was it 4 or something of the frame? So that is 4 of those. Okay, so if we put super speedy one on there. Oh, I'm gonna have to offset them, aren't I? If I'm sharing the production. Let's do it this way. Put that over there. I've used the wrong. No, that's fine. So we then do insert there, exit there. Cool. I just put these up to the lake. Basically, it's not going to make that many. Oh. Don't you crash on me again. I put that there. Is it gonna? Yeah, it still gets the frame spray coater. Let's order the spray in now. So it's ready. Oops, ready to go. So do 3, How many can we fit in? 3. 1 or 2 more? 2 more. Oh, why is that? Okay. Have you got all your inserters? Yes, you have. There. Sure. Got proliferation? Yes, we have. So, demand, demand, demand. Let's see how many nanotubes actually come in. Not a lot is the answer. Not a lot. Because I think that is literally the old production. They've come all the way from over there. Is this it? Yeah, this is my... I think this is my entire carbon nanotube production. Oops. Yeah, which is graphene. So it looks like we could do some belt upgrades there anyway. Because this one's not actually getting any stuff. I can't remember whether I mean, I've set it up so that it will make them, but I'm not sure if I've got the level 2. If I can actually make the level 2 labs. So, don't I have to set that on extra products? No, that's fine. Oh! These don't have their... What? Why are you not... Okay. Weird. So it's only... I mean, is there any point in me upgrading it? Not really, is it? Okay. Why are you complaining about... Something's gone wonky with the inserters, because that's also missing that one. Don't know. It's had a moment there, I think. Had a moment. Yeah, we'll leave that there anyway. I mean, as I say, it's not exactly going to do much, because this will run out very quickly. And we would need to very much upgrade and upscale. But it's got more frame materials. That's what matters. Okay. So what we're left with now is the, whatever it calls them, combinators and the lenses. The lenses we need to do like a redesign of the, whichever it is, green or purple. It's green science, isn't it? As well. So if we try and do them, how is power doing? Because the other thing I started between streams was a lava planet. Oh, that's not connected, is it? Okay, let's put that. In fact, why have I... Oh, because it's going over there, okay. Okay, so we do have a bit of headroom on power, but it'll soon get used up with the, whatever they're called. UFO machines, as I like to think of them. Let's get some more green belt. Let's get 900. Okay, so I have... Oh, I've got them there. Particle colliders. You see, that uses frame materials and graphite to build, so, you know, we won't be making them very quickly anyway, so I don't know that we want to put down too many. You know, setting aside the power question, you know, because each one takes 12 megawatts, so 5 is like 60 megawatts, and our entire generation capacity is 500 megawatts. So yeah, it's a different sort of scale of power, hence why I'm thinking solar panels. Let's see if there's a nice little area relatively close. So that's the green drop off, isn't it? No, that's the green production. So it'd be nice to have it close-ish to there. So how about in this thing? Could say that we can then rework because the lenses require the green things as well, don't they? I'm not getting mixed up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so if we put them both over here somewhere. I'm just vaguely flying where I think those were. I said before, it'd be nice to have some kind of pinning system. We'd put pins in the map. So where you either want to build something, or where you have built something. So I've flown past where I want to do it. Over here. Let's see, so I think I will have to do a bit of a landfill. Yeah, there is a lava planet as well, so the other option would be to go there and pull some, you know, do a battery exchange thing. Okay. Now, the what have they called? Is it photon combinators? Oh. Strong matter, strange matter. 3 ingredients, and I think I want to proliferate them as well. So let's have an ILS, and let's pop one. Too close. Okay, let's put you there then. And then, as I say, not sure that might do it around the back. Let's do, because if we're making those guys, we need them, that, and that, which I'm not sure is actually in the system. I think the only production I've got of that I'm sort of using locally, so I'll have to see on that one. So what do they mean? Let's just set that at 1,000. So ratios are 2 to 10. Yeah. Okay. Sail with me. Unlock upgrade to make the solar sail last 2 hours. Okay. Not that I've actually built a solar sail yet. I could add on the other. I'm just using up the upgrades basically, because every other upgrade I've now got. In fact, we could start on proper science again, I guess, because it'll have stored up quite a lot. But they all need green cubes, and I'm literally making green cubes at like 1 an hour type of thing. It's ridiculously slow because of the lack of lenses. So we can add that one on, and that one, and then it gets into green. No, that's purple as well. Then it's green. Okay. So yeah, let's have it do those, and then let's get back to science proper. So let's put that one on, and that one, so that we're starting to get towards the end game. What was I doing? I was going to build... Where have they gone? There they are. Some of these. I was going to do that. If I put one of those just to give me a bit of room. Actually, that's too far away, isn't it? But let's do those two. I think if I do that one there, that one there, because they're like 2 each. In fact, I don't... Is that blue bell? Let's not use it up unnecessarily. And then this would be the return. So why is that? Oh, I see. Okay. And then we'll have this here around the back. I'll have to do loads of those, I'm sure. Eventually. So we might as well get them plopped in so that we can proliferate it all. Okay. So you. Let's line it up. There. And then proliferation juice out of that one there. Oh. Might actually use one of these now. Yeah, let's pop a couple of these in. Okay. I think I said I was going to try and put 5 in. We'll see what that does to the power, but I mean, I don't think I've got the resources to support it anyway, so it'll all kind of grind to a halt. Anyway, let's see. So, boop, boop, boop. And say input, output. No. Output. So 5 would go up to there. Put that one there. Okay. Cert has gone a bit weird. Okay. Let's see what our sort of passive power demand is set at. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Pop that in there. I guess I should order in the proliferation stuff now. So it's ready to go. What? Why are you giving me a collide? I guess it's because I'm not dragging the first one, isn't it? That's what the error I'm making. I'm not dragging from there. I've been dragging from the second one. So that distance is actually different. Oh well. How are we doing? Crikey. Crikey O'Reilly. Okay, proliferation is in. Awesome. Right, so order the... That is a little worrying that that's... Oh no, it's coming in. I guess because it's only 100 and I don't think the load is particularly you know, the available. Huh. I know I'm making them. I guess they're not in the system anyway? In fact, I didn't think that was that far away. Ah, dear. So those are the new... There they are. Oh, you're just not able to run, are you? Because you've not got any graphite either. Do I not have? So we need big scale graphene production, basically. For any of this to kick in. Let's go and see if we can't put something next to the other particle container thingy. See, I've gone and I've got lots and lots of sulfuric acid. I think this may well be the only sort of proper. So the fact that there's no carbon is because why? Oh, because this coal is basically dead. Because these are... Where's that coming from? Oh, it's coming from that one. Okay. So, what I could do, just as a sort of a... Oh, that's full. Okay. Let's put another one in then. I'm just going to put another logistics station in. Order in that. And have it... Oh, I don't have any yellow belt, do I? Have it come out of here. And just feed it in there. And then it doesn't matter that there's no coal. So that'll get that graphene production going. Now where have I got... I've got a tiny little bit of fire ice. The gas giant is fully tapped. So there is fire ice, you know, available. I'm just not processing it, basically. Where is... Oh, that's not powered. Oh, how have I managed that? Let's go and just quickly fix that one. And what are you doing? I guess that was from some old... Oh, that's for from the old bus. Okay. Crikey. Right, so, where is fire ice? Icy fire, fire ice. Icy fire. Is it in this mess? No, it wouldn't be, would it? Is that it? Yeah, there we go. So, we could go and upgrade that. It bangs up against the crude oil, so we need a separate but equivalent one. Is this it? Yes. So, at the very least, bump these belts up. that this one on the end gets some stuff. Now, as I say, did I make... I've set the production up. Ryan. Up here somewhere? No. No. No, so it's not making any of those. I think because it doesn't have, you know, the green strange matter things that we're trying to build, for one thing. I'm not sure quantum chips are in the system either. Let's have a look. Yep, there they are. Okay. Okay, so we can't really do any of them until we've got it. But at the very least, all of those labs are running. I mean, I could basically recreate this entire thing. Oh, hello, Margaret. Subscribe again. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. Again, you're very kind. I hope you're having a good day, and welcome back, of course. So, where can I squeeze this in without having to use up what little landfill I've got? Oh, we've got space here. Ray transmission efficiency level 4. Good old Raymond transmission. So, where was that block of land? I mean, we could upgrade this as well while we're here. In fact, maybe it'd be worth... No, I think I'd block myself in if I did that. But yeah, we could just upgrade this. And maybe this is one to proliferate as well. I think so. Getting into the proliferation groove now. Right, so it's... Oops, that's a bit close. That one there, that one there, that one there. And bring you out there. Oh, I did not put it in. Oop. Demand. These should be on storage, shouldn't I? I've not been setting that properly. How are you? I had a nice holiday. Yes, it was very good. Yeah, I went to see the family. My dad and my sister and my little nephew, and it was very nice. It was my birthday, but that was just the excuse, really. I mean, I'm at an age where birthdays are basically, you know, meaningless. But yeah, I did have a bit of a surprise with it though, because so she's getting married, and I discovered that they've set a date, but they didn't send me an invite. So she hurriedly sent one along. So I knew they were getting married, and I knew the target was to, you know, they were aiming for this summer. But I didn't know they'd set a date, and apparently it was set back in October, and that's probably the reason I didn't sort of see the, you know, didn't see it effectively, because I suspect what's happened is she sent it to my old address, and I have you know, I pay for a forwarding thing from the Royal Mail, and that should have caught it in theory, but I think she's probably managed to send it, because when she was saying, oh, we sent it on blah 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 date, and I was trying to think it through, and what's happened, I think, is it's literally fallen into the crack, because you can only do the forwarding for whole months, you know, so you do it from the first of the month to, you know, the end of a month, and I think literally it's been sent in that gap period, and you know, where I didn't have the coverage and I wasn't actually living there, I was at my new place, and she sent it the old one, and the new tenants are not actually that good at, they have my address and stuff, they're just not very good at at forwarding things on, basically. I had a parcel that didn't come via Royal Mail. It was a courier service, and it took them. I couldn't remember how long. It was like 3.5, 4 months or something to forward it on. And literally all I had to do was scrub out my name, the old address, and put the new address on, stick it in a post box. But it took them about 3.5 months to do that. Congratulations! Yes, I mean it's good. I mean, I say they've been planning it for a while. They got obviously, if you think about the timing, because my nephew's about 5, his next birthday 5, and basically they were originally planning to get hitched shortly after he was born, but that was around COVID time, if you think about it. I say shortly after, it was a couple of years after, really, but yeah, so they had to put a lot of the plans on hold for COVID. Just checking it's running. It is. Right, so what we need is a bit more of a graphene build. I'm going to probably need a lot of space here to do this. And I'm wondering about doing it out of both sides. If I put a... would it need to be one of these? Because I'm a bit low to try to sort of use up a lot of the... landfill, because it's something I'm not really producing enough of. So if I... because that's no, it'll be okay there. That with the carbon, someone died. Old address, unfortunately, tenant called me, so that was nice. Yeah, I mean, I say, to some extent, I don't know that that's what's happened, but that's that's the sort of usual pattern of it. And I'm not saying that. I kind of don't blame them. I mean, I've got a letter that's come through, for the previous tenants here, and I've had that for best part of 3 weeks or something like that. Because the problem, the problem specifically here is that the post box is all the way down the other end of the estate. There's not actually one close by, so it's a special trip to go and do it. But also, I'm pretty certain it's just some junk mail, and it's like, if they're not going to do a forwarding service, it's like, well, I'm not their personal, assistant sort of thing. Because I mean, I've been here 8 months or whatever now, 9 months. So, they should have sorted something out and told everybody, So I'm trying to make graphene, aren't I? And I'm trying to do it with fire ice, and I can't remember whether I need any other recipes. So it's literally just fire ice that it turns into hydrogen. That's it, hydrogen. So I don't need an ILS really, because the other one I'm making graphene as well, but we'll do that as a separate extra build. So no, I don't need an ILS, so let's not use one if we don't need one. Let's just use a PLS. Pop that there. In my current place, I still got that post from the previous tenants. 8 years. Wow, that is bad. I think the I imagine that's the same. It'd be junk mail mostly, and I think the thing with it is like companies just don't. And this is going to be a I'm an old man thing really, but it's like companies don't. They get these. I mean, if I do like return to senders on things, because as you say, I don't want all their mail turning up here. Because it serves no purpose, sort of thing, and it might actually be useful or what have you. And it's like, companies just don't pay any attention to the return mail, and it's like, well, actually, should I do that the other way? It's probably better the other way around, isn't it? So, if that's that, and it's blue belt. So that's the fire ice coming out now. And we can have the... Because what does it split into? It's got... So 2 becomes 2 and 1. So if I make sure I have a blue belt of graphene, then a green belt of hydrogen should work. So if we have the blue belt of graphene coming back, and a green belt of hydrogen. Yeah, so, you know, and it's kind of the modern thing. It's because, you know, they don't pay... I mean, it goes fundamentally back to the fact they don't pay people to do these sorts of jobs. And so it all gets, you know, it doesn't happen. And, let's grab loads of them. Because, obviously, you know, everyone... Well, you know, most people use Amazon and that sort of thing now, and you know, I do as well. I'm not saying it from that point of view, but it's like there's basically no customer support from Amazon because there's no people doing anything. So if you have it's like I had a parcel arrive before, must have been last Christmas, and it had a gift card in it that wasn't mine. So it wasn't a gift card that I'd ordered, you know, with the intention of giving as a gift, you know, because it was that time of year. And I looked for ages on the Amazon website for how to, you know, to basically tell them that because what had obviously happened is the packer had obviously either put it in accidentally or it got knocked in, because, you know, gift card, it's just this tiny little thing, and it ended up in my box. Just by accident. But I had absolutely no way of, like, telling them. There was no, you know, report a problem type thing on their system. The only thing I had was, like, to return the things I'd ordered. Well, this wasn't something I'd ordered, so I can't return it. I've put that completely the wrong way around, because I'm jabbering on like some old man about the modern world. Old man shouts at cloud style. But yeah, it's just, and it's, you know, it's because they won't pay anyone. And it's, oh, there we go. We're getting power issues. Yeah, look at that. Wow, okay. We could probably start, you know, burning some more deuterium and stuff, but yeah, this is why we need to get solar cells, I believe. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to put out... Which way round is it? So that needs to be that one. And that needs to be that one, I think. But yeah, so it's like, you know, if you ever wondered why Amazon is so cheap, it's basically because everything's automated, everything's robots. And they just don't pay people, they don't have people. So that might need to be a blue one, I guess. Okay. I think that's right. I've confused the heck out of myself then. Let's just pop, say, 5 in. I'm not sure how many will fit. Depotax them, or Depotax. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I didn't see your question earlier. Why not use the ILS? No massive reason other than it's sort of smaller footprint, less power, that sort of thing. There's no hugely important reason. I say we're getting power troubles, and the ILSs are a bit more power hungry. What I try and do is like a hub and spoke system usually, where this is where all of the off-world materials are coming in, or production actually now is coming in. So we have it all concentrated in the polar region, and then it's lower level stuff. As you can see, in actuality, I have used a lot of ILSs, but they're being used as local ones, so there's no oh, there is logistic vessels in that. Why is that one? I guess these were so early that I was bringing stuff in directly. But yeah, generally I would try and have it that it's only local stuff flying around on the planet rather than individual pull-in. I've no particular justification for doing that. It's just how I prefer to design it, I guess. But I don't know if that's, terrible efficiency or what have you. I did too, still got it. Called after receiving a notice they hadn't paid for services. They still get stuff from them. Companies are weird like that. Yeah, so, and it's this thing of, it's cheaper for them. And to some extent, I fully understand this, because I get like frustrations like this at work, where like the effort that's required to do a thing is sometimes not at all worth the thing, because if you think about it, let's get the firehouse out of the middle again. If you think about it, I mean, in this case, it was probably like a £50 voucher or something like that for someone, so I could have, claimed it or what have you. I didn't. I think I threw it away in the end, or put it in, like destroyed it basically, because I couldn't find any way to do it, and it's like, I wasn't going to claim it, because it's kind of technically stealing. I didn't have any way of returning it. Obviously, I couldn't send it to whoever's it was. But if you think about it, employing someone to sort that problem out is quite expensive, because they've got to have a job. They've got to have a full-time job. And it's a £50 voucher. So even if I claim it and therefore steal it and get away with it somehow, the person who sent it but it never got to their relative claims the money back, says it never got delivered. That's £100 that's cost Amazon. Well, employing someone, even if they're on minimum wage sort of thing, it's going to cost them more than £100. So there is a logic there. But it just ends up in this, it's the same logic that, you get to go on another rant. But, that's the same logic as, well, we won't, everything that people throw away we'll stick in a landfill. It's that sort of logic. Oh, I have got this on. Is this coming in here then? Where would fire ice be? Where is that pulling that from then? I guess maybe the original one, because it's so old. Huh, interesting. Let's put a proper one here, and we might as well use this little slot here. Because the orbital collectors will be absolutely chock-a-block with fire ice. And I say, you just end up with that mentality of, well, it's just easy to throw things away or get rid of them, or do it away with it. And it is technically, cheaper. It's not sort of costing them anything to, or the cost of it is insignificant. Just chop this off. I was just curious, because I see a lot of people do that while I am why just use OLS and plop the stuff in them. What's the issue? I mean, it's not like you get a shortage of resources, or at least not in my playthrough so far. No, I say it's sort of Yeah, I mean, there is no particular justification for it, really. I suppose they're on a... I mean, even that doesn't matter, because I've now got hundreds of ILSs and PLSs. So yeah, I mean, it would not be a silly thing to use a thing. I guess one of the things that I am conscious of is you can't put these as close together as you can these. So, as I have not got the landfill to fill it in, but if I wanted to stick another one of these next to it, then I'd have to put it further away. But that's just it's you know, it's a non-issue really. But yeah, ILS would be just as good. I've not put any drones in, have I? Okay. Right, so we have no power. Okay. We have no power. Where am I burning deuterium? Because this is what we need to rework. This is all just my thrown together mess, basically. Because ideally I want to get rid of that one as well. But you see, we've got loads of deuterium, so we can do a bit more burning of that. But at the moment, it's all sort of crammed in here. Okay. So I have a heavy inventory. So let's go and put some of that away. And then we'll try and sort that out. Because the other thing I should build here is the actual, like, the carbon nanotubes. Because we're not really producing many of them either. It's quite slow, that, isn't it, actually, as a recipe? But yeah, there's at least a little bit of graphene being made, so some of the other stuff. Oh! TGF&G, hello, hello, welcome. Oh, welcome back, I guess. Oh, your planets are a mess. You should see mine. This is tidy. Yeah. I mean, I have some blueprints that help me, and there's some things I do that help me, keep it relatively ordered. But I tend to find the PLSs and ILSs, they give you an automatic, like, bit of tidying. Once you start using them. This is more. And even that's, relatively tidy, as you say. But, this sort of more higgledy-piggledy. It's not really spaghetti, is it? But I suppose this is a bit spaghetti-ish. But that sort of stuff is what I've been doing. But yes, so let's go and see about... In fact, maybe it'd be better if I build the actual power production bit first. And then we can start tearing it apart rather than... and I've forgotten where I was going to build that. I should have a... Is that it? No. I should have a bit that's actually... What are you doing? Oh, you're doing the batteries. There's a bit... Oh, this is it. Here we go. So if we put it next to this... Because this is my sort of old school hydrogen burning thing. So I might as well keep that close together. I've completely lost where I'm going. This is it, isn't it? Yeah. No? No, that's the... Where is it? That's not it. Have I gone in completely the opposite direction? No, it's there. So that way. That away. There we go. So we would be better, I guess, switching this to deuterium anyway, but aren't we then giving ourselves a... Because the fractionators aren't too bad. I seem to recall. Let's have a look. So power... Yeah, they're only 18 kilowatts, but they're, you know, it's a very low ratio, isn't it? That's like the trade-off. Whereas these are way, way better. In fact, it's guaranteed, I think. It's not a ratio thing. Of course, you have to have the power already to support them. It's all a bit chicken and egg. Right, so because we're not, you see, not got any spare deuterium. The other option would be a gas giant. I just pulled deuterium in that way, but I can't remember where the nearest one of those is. Because I did have, yeah, there's a couple of them there. Can't I also proliferate them as well? I can never remember. I think we'll just do a new build, but we'll do another one of these. And we'll, basically this side of it will redo, basically. Okay. So, because we've got loads of spare hydrogen. So. Do I want to keep these at all? Oh, that's ordering it in, isn't it? Yeah, and making it remotely available for some reason. Just trying to work out what I did. I think I'm using this as like a top-up, aren't I? Yeah, because these are from the oil. And then this is providing like additional hydrogen. So it's not actually taking hydrogen in there. Okay. I might just leave this as is. Because I'm picking it is hurting my brain. Okay. Let's landfill this then. If we can. Though, better not look at my planets in a bit further in the game. Currently playing 246 in the hours in this. Can't play through. They don't want to spot. Oh, I've played through before a couple of times, but they have introduced some new stuff since I last played, which is mostly the whatchamacallit, this other logistics system. So yeah, there's no risk of spoilers from that point of view. I mean, obviously I'm not, so I was saying before, I've not, my machine wouldn't really be able to do big scale, yeah, like mega basey type stuff, so I don't know what the optimum, you know, and efficient ways of doing things are. Often don't generally play that way anyway, like full stop in these sorts of games. Tend to just sort of play for fun, basically. Okay. So as one temporary thing, what we could do is just add a bit more here. So I really need to unpick it, but it doesn't feel like that's kind of a very good use of the stream as such, but oh. I wonder why it does that. No. You work with that one? No. No. Oh, lack of item. I haven't actually got any. Okay. Right. In that case, this isn't really a very good place to build this, is it? Anyway, let's chop this down and use them on the end then. Instead, don't know, I was generally curious, wasn't telling us. Oh no, it's fine. I don't mind. They got it back seating, don't they? I'm not actually generally usually that bothered about people, you know, suggesting things or asking questions like that. It doesn't. I don't mind people, as it were. Sorry, I'm not saying you were back seating it. You say you're not intentionally, but even accidentally, or asking those sorts of questions really doesn't bother me at all. The only thing I usually do say, I'm not saying that you were doing this, but if someone is back seating, I usually just warn them that I will probably ignore them because it's like it's sort of fine to suggest things, and sometimes I will pick up on them, but sometimes people get offended when you don't do the things they're saying. So I particularly find it Factorio's one for that. I say it's a game I love and all those sorts of things, and I stream it loads and all that stuff. But you do get people who are like, that's not the optimum way to do it, and it's like, well, maybe not, but maybe I don't care. But yeah, so don't worry about that. It's not something that bothers me as such. And it's always good to be challenged, Say if you're doing a thing, somebody saying, well, why are you doing that? Can be quite useful. Right, so I need fractionator bobs, don't I? Now, where would they be? Down the end here, maybe? There we go. So let's grab a bunch of those. And what else would we need? I guess. I mean, I've got some of those already, so I can chuck them on the end. Okay. So yeah, I think if I do a little one, should I use an ILS? Because then I could maybe pull in, if we ever do find a gas giant with deuterium, we could pull it in directly. So, we would want hydrogen and deuterium. Am I going to actually turn it into the rods here? Not rods, whatever they're called. Yeah, fuel rods. Because then I would need those two, wouldn't I? Would that make sense? I think it probably does. Oops. That one, and what was it? I do technically have the hydrogen there, so I could use that instead. Let me think. So I'll probably do the same basic design of laying them out. It's just whether I want to use this just to make deuterium. I think I probably do. Let's see if I can try and proliferate it as well. In which case, why bother using ILS? Yeah, let's go with that for now. And then I can maybe... No, I'm going to use a local one. And then we can maybe have another one around the back here, making the actual rods. Yeah, let's do that. So, we proliferate this if I can do it. Have I got any? I've got 10 stackers. So I'm a bit rubbish with the stacking. Maybe I could just copy this. How did I do it? I just literally had them next to each other, didn't I? Oh, it's only yellow belt as well. Oh, I could upgrade that to help out. So. Give me one tip why I found out way too late in the game. Yeah, go for it. Okay. Actually, let's think about this. So, if I proliferate first. In fact, I wonder if I could use side loading. I am rubbish at the stacking. I've never really quite got the hang of it. Because you have to do them. I can't remember. They don't connect if you put them next to each other. Do they? You have to have a bit of belt between them. I think. But yeah, I'm wondering if I can sort of side load. Or use a splitter maybe even. But let's just try it with side loading. How closely can I put those together? Oh wow, okay. Is that intentional? Is that... Huh. I didn't know you could put them that close together. Okay. So, if this was proliferated, and then... Because I could do this with lower belt, couldn't I? Let's have a look, think about the maths. So if that's 6, becomes 12, but then it becomes 30, you see. Press X, delete structure, and then F2. Mass delete, so it goes for upgrade. Yeah, so it's that one there. And if you hold the shift, it auto does it as well. So, as I say, maybe if we go with, make this green belt to there, and then, because that would then double up. So it breaks my brain. I might be, well, I haven't got any yellow belt, so I can't really do that. Oops. If we had... So I had no idea you could put these this close together. In fact, let's just get rid of that. I'm just wondering, because think actually if I, oh no, it's stuck them on top. Okay. So actually, if this was blue, and it definitely stacks, but then we drop it down, they'll be compressed. You're gonna fight me, aren't you, with belts? And then it'll go up to 2. And then oops, side load it all together. So it's then compressed again. This isn't going to work, but oh. I guess that could be blue in the middle now. Is that because 1 to 2 to 3 in theory? I say I don't think that's actually gonna do what I'm thinking it's doing, but we'll see. Ah, proliferate after stacking. Okay. Thank you, Ericsson. Very kind, and welcome back to the stream. Well, welcome to the stream. Well, auto stacked for higher. Yeah, it's like an upgrade, isn't it? When you get right the way down. That, I mean, that's the thing that was introduced after I last played, because it's in this upgrade thing all the way down here, isn't it? The actual, you know, stations will stack. So it'd probably solve a lot of the issue that I'm having, but then I would need my green science to actually be working, which it is not. I was thinking of deleting everything until hour 150 or so. Wow, really annoying. Yeah, I mean, when I played first time, it didn't even have like any of the drag and drop features. So every single item, you know, I mean, belts obviously it was a range, but I mean, I have carpal tunnel, which is why if you ever see this blue thing in my hand, it's because I have carpal tunnel. And it was literally triggering that because I was having to put, you know, I mean, obviously they'd be going different directions, but every single inserter was going, you know, a manual insertion, a manual application. Right, so yes, proliferate after it's stacked. So if I just sort of chop this off and move it up. If I just hit its use now, then get rid of it. Paste it in now. Are you going to attach? I don't think you'll attach, will you? But let's just have a little bit of room. And then we want to proliferate. Oops. There. And then there. Okay, so let's assume that isn't the disaster I suspected may be. We shall see. And carry on. Right, so how am I going to do it this time? If I'm building it with, so I'm tempted just to use the, you know, these, and then we'll just sort of build it up as power actually starts happening. I don't know, they are very power hungry though. I'm just wondering if it's a negative sum if I do that. You know, the amount of power I'm going to get out of it is not enough. I mean, each one is 600 megajoules though, and these are like 12 megawatts. So the trouble is that's like 20. I'm sure people have done the maths, but let's just use the old school ones and I'll do something. So we're going to need a splitter of some description to do a sort of a return thing. So I'll put that in, assuming that we have to do something like that. And then I'll just have a big old line. Where is it? I've lost it. There. Big old line of these. Wait, have I got them the wrong way around? That's wrong, isn't it? Other end. I always get this wrong. I find it a bit weird that there are some machines where you put the belts directly in. It just seems like incongruous. It's like, why are some machines, you know, pass-through machines? I mean, I get it for proliferation and stacking, it makes sense, but actual sort of production machines, to have some of them, a very small handful of them do that. That seems a bit weird. No, so it's the middle bit that is the pass-through piece, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm doing it on double-sided there, aren't I? Because what I could do, I could double this up. I could put this on the side, couldn't I? So if we put this here, and then also put one. Oh, what are you missing? What are you missing? Oops. Oh, bum. You can't rotate in blueprint mode, can you? I don't think. Would it be there? This is getting weirder and weirder. Like that. We could have found a gas giant with deuterium on it by the time I've messed about with all of this. Okay, so I'm missing stackers and splitters. No, sorry, I meant rotate as in rotate the camera rather than rotate the actual blueprint. What kind of gas giant? It's a fire ice and hydrogen one. Looking for stackers and splitters, aren't they in there? Yeah. What else is it missing? Oh, nothing. Okay. Right, so they're now going to be lined up there. And then they'll be lined up there. Okay. And then I'll put an extra one on. I'll just put one of these on. Actually, let's put the return first, so I know where it needs to go. And then get those on. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 10. Probably a bit too much, that, because you sort of lose the whole stacking thing, don't you? Anyway. Okay, and then say we'll just plop a couple of, where is it? Them in on the end. The old UFO machines. Cool. Fractionators have an internal buffer. I don't think stacking matters. I'm not sure though. It used to matter before the internal buffers. Oh, right, okay. Typical. We'll see. Anyway, we shall see. We shall see. I guess they did that because, you know, people were doing things like this and struggling with it. It makes sense. Because they're quite good devs like that. It's a bit like the... I know I keep referring to Factorio, not bad thing like that, but the Factorio devs are always ones who... One of the things I really also loved about the game is that, you know, the devs actually clearly played it. Right, so let's see if I can loop this back around. Yeah, they actually play their own game, so they add quality of life features that, you know, make sense, as it were. I'm guessing they won't actually come back as stacked, though, will they? So I might be better feeding them back in here. Might actually just be better to shove them back in the PLS. It's probably a horrendously bad idea. Right, where have I done that? Oops. Do I put them in? No, that's the same position, isn't it? Okay. So, oops. So go in there. And then we need... Oops. Right clicked rather than left clicked. The perforation. Let's do that. And I know this is unnecessary. I could just feed it through, but let's make it symmetrical. Looks a little bit cooler. Right, so I think there. No. Oops. There. And let's move that on. Pop them in. Collide with other object. Okay. Guess that's because its hitbox is quite big. That's annoying. Okay. Where am I putting that? I'm putting that every third one? Fourth one. Third one. There. And there. And then... Oh, the power thing's in the way, aren't they? Let's put it... I can't put it there. Okay. let's just put you there then. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So we want to, well, we want to get this in first. And then yeah, okay. So, just wait for that to come in. Oh, Gratch. Afternoon. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Is more coming? What's coming? Okay, so let's wait this on demand and see how badly it all works. So I mean, if like these now stack, I mean, what is the purpose of stacking now? I guess if these don't require it. The fractionator is not working. Please input the raw material to be fractionated. Yes, it's not properly compressed, is it? Hmm. Oh, it didn't say the recipes. Let's pop that on that. Oh, I see, yeah, the buffer there. Oh, of course. I can't just stick it back in the ILS because it then becomes self-stopping, as it were, doesn't it? Although actually, this is more like a throughput issue here. By the looks of things. Yeah, because the hydrogen doesn't have anywhere to go. Necessarily. Okay. Where are they taking that then? I didn't think I had anywhere set up to use it. Huh. Yeah, I don't really. These need to be well, what I've got here. Actually, are they coming back as in stacked? No, they wouldn't be, would they? It's not only. It's only doing 2. So why isn't that working? Let's think about it. Because this isn't enough throughput. If I drop that down to not X. It's interesting. Because 2 of them fill it. So I'd probably need to take it down into a... because it's like, I guess it's like a 4 to 2 to 1 is how you would actually do it. Binary style. Okay. Do I want to bother messing about with that? Because it is thumping out the deuterium. You know, it's just almost a full bell coming in. So it's not really mattering. Anyway. Oh, crikey. Wanting to begin for the moment. What do those do? I don't recall them from my much earlier playthrough. Lane splittery thingies. Do you mean these guys? With the arrow on them? These are, well, they call them pilers, but to me they're stackers because you're stacking one on top of another, but they're pilers. And basically, it's a mechanic they introduced to increase throughput, but these guys don't need it anymore, I don't think, because they have this internal buffer, as Ericsson was just telling me. But I'm sort of doing this more to learn. I'm not 100% sure what stacking is for, essentially, now. I guess it allows more compression. But basically, they take one item. So this is stacked one high. You can't really see it because it's blurring at the speed of it. But these are stacked one high. And then a piler puts two on top of each other. So I don't know if you can really see that because of how fast it's all moving. But it's got two items stacked on together. And then you do it again. And it puts three on top of each other. So, in fact, I don't need that third one, do I? That's not actually achieving anything. Because that's sticking one onto two. And then this is stacking two onto... Oh, no. That's wrong in logical terms. It's not actually stacking... If you put two stack... Because the max stack is 3, isn't it? So this is wrong anyway. No matter, even setting aside the other wrongness. Because wouldn't you stack... It's going so fast I can't actually tell whether it's wrong or not. I wonder if I click on the machine it'll show... No, you see it goes so quickly. When it looks like 3 stacked. So it's moving so fast I can't tell. But yeah, so it basically allows you to like compress things a lot more easily. Eventually get the ability to have stacked cargo basically. I'm still a bit puzzled where it's taking all this deuterium. Let's see if we can follow the drones. Yeah, so that's I've always struggled with it since they introduced it. I never quite got it, if you see what I mean. You can run the line back into itself since the hydrogen is already sprayed. You're spraying it repeatedly, I think. Yes, I am, yeah. Well, no, it doesn't respray things, so it doesn't, like, the sprayer doesn't, it won't, if something's already coated, it won't reuse, it won't respray it, basically. You are super spraying your hydrogen on. Oh, unless it does. I was under the impression it doesn't respray things if they're already sprayed. Give this game another go. Looks like there's a lot more. It looks amazing. Yeah, it is a great game. Max pile is 4. Okay. Stacking to 3. Okay. You're burning a lot of materials to get a little extra bit of deuterium. Not trying to backseat, just trying to help. Yeah. Stack the product, returning to the ILS allows bigger builds. It does. Okay. Oh, it does it? It re-sprays it, does it? Okay. Okay. I mean, it's not probably the best way of doing it full stop anyway, because, I say, where are they taking this deuterium? So it's going this way. Because really we should be pulling it in from a... Oh, okay. Ah. I've already got a strange matter build. Oh, I put that in earlier, didn't I? Yeah, so it's now working, is the point. Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know it resprayed them. I always thought it was smarter than that. I thought it, if it was already sprayed, it wouldn't respray them. I mean, I'm not really doing anything with spraying much anyway, so it's not like I'll run out. And I say I'm not actually all that fast. More an experiment than anything else. So, I'm already making the strange matter. What we need to do, really, is rework the photon things, which is at this end of the planet, up here. Yep. As you could run the used hydrogen back into the loop and set the eyes to prevent that. Eventually only spray fresh hydrogen. Just need chips to get green going. I think I've got chips. I'm not sure it's producing them. Yeah, because this is a build, you know, a functioning build. It just never had the resources. I think. Let's go and have a look at it. I haven't made a single solar panel. I've called this stream "Let's Make Solar Panels," basically. Solar cells, rather. I've not made a single one. So that is... Yeah, because they require the lenses, don't they? So I've got the chips, it's the lenses I don't have, because I've literally got 2 machines making lenses. But anyway, I think I've now made everything apart from the lenses. So we could set up a little production for solar cells, because as I say, I don't anticipate really you doing solar cells properly here. It's more just a power you know, thing. I'm slightly losing the plot because I've tried to work out the stacking and it's hurt my brain, as it always does. So we've got them being properly produced, and hopefully there's actual graphene in the system. So I think I could put up a little production of those. I'm probably going to leave because it is making these like in a tiny way here. But what I do need to check... Yes, so it is pulling those in. And is there graphene here now? Because I'm not sure anything else uses graphene. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. So let's just do a couple of machines making solar cells. And then I can... what they call it, burying the lead, isn't it? Or something like that, where you say you're going to do a thing and then you keep just teasing it and never actually doing it. Okay. How do I want to build this? Or should I make it with, like, properly with a PLS? Yeah, let's do it that way. Where could we do that? Over here, maybe? Just a little production. Just a little treat. Okay. Some more bells. I'm doing this a bit late, really. I should have really tackled this a lot earlier, I think. Right. So we're just putting, that's probably a bit long, a couple of machines. A bit of space in case I do end up on a proliferate them. So, what's the actual recipe on this? It is 4 seconds to make 2, which is 1 and 1. Okay. 4 seconds to... Okay. So, fairly simple recipe, isn't it? Okay. And this will need offsetting. And then... solar cells. Photon combinators. Graphene. I'll just put this at like 500 or something. No, let's put it at 1,000, and then I can put these at 500. Because it is 1 to 1? Yeah, well, 2 to 1 to 1. Okay. Pop you in. And then we want that one there. That one over there. Okay. Check that in there, that one there, that there. Back. So my technique for solving my power issues is to put even more demand on my power system. It's a fine piece of logic. Okay. Demand. And I don't think I've made any of them, have I? I think I can hand make like a couple. So I think they're a production I've not actually set up. Yeah, so they're waiting. Okay. So we'll get this so that it's kind of ready to go. Now these aren't inserted. This is another one, as I say. It's like I would have thought this was a feed-in type one, but it's a
an EM rail ejector.
First one.
You have taken the first step to build the Dyson Sphere. Now you can use it to send solar sails into space for forming the Dyson Swarm. Each EM rail ejector requires to set up orbit and supply with solar sails. Also, you can use copy and paste to set orbits. If you want a Dyson Swarm orbit become more diversified, you can click the Dyson Sphere button in the lower left corner of the screen to open the Dyson Sphere panel. Make your customization however you want.
The translation is a bit wonky, isn't it? It's how do I get rid of that? There we go. The could really do with someone to give them a give it a pass, basically, as a native speaker. Right. So we'll just chuck a couple in, and then no, it is a grab one, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I can't put them next to each other, then, can I? Wait, why does it let me put that closer? Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll have it ready to go, but oh, we went blue on power then. So I was setting up a lava planet, because I could pull that in. Yeah, we'll just leave them there for now. We'll let it make a few In fact, it's made loads. Okay. Because we also need to fiddle about with the actual... it's that one, isn't it? Yeah. So, let's just use which... Oh, wait, what? Yeah, there we go. So that's number one, isn't it? But yeah, I need also the thingies, don't I? The I think I am making the receivers somewhere. Am I? Or have I completely forgotten to do them? They're probably all together with... There we... No, that's the power one. Huh. I might have just not... Let's go over there. So have I not got any? Because those are the launchers. No. 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 Wait. Didn't I see them up there? I was just wondering, I put the battery charge things in twice. Have I honestly not put them on? Because they wouldn't be down this end. Oh no, there they are. There they are. I put them all the power stuff together, I guess. Let's put a couple of them. So the high energy rays transmitted from the Dyson Swarm or Dyson Sphere. Received energy can be directly output to the power grid or stored as photons in a critical state. Your critical photons. Your critical photons. So, I think we could just put these basically anyway, can't we? They just connect to the system for the time being. This is getting into the territory of stuff.
We built a ray receiver, which can receive the high energy rays transmitted from the Dyson Sphere and directly input them to the power grid. However, caused by the ray receiving efficiency, the ray receiver's requested power will be larger than the documented output power of the Dyson Sphere. You can keep it working or upgrade technologies to increase the ray receiving efficiency.
What he said. Did I only grab two? Yeah, I need to grab two. Okay. Yeah, this is in the territory that, you know, I've only done this like a couple of times, basically. Cool. It was down here somewhere, wasn't it? No. So we'll just put a couple on. More proof of principle than anything else, I think. Check I am remembering things properly. Squeeze that in there. I say, and you put lenses in them, I think, don't you? And that increases like both the efficiency and like the angle or something as well. Okay. So we've got a couple on. Let's see if we can't start launching a few solar sails. Because I have to set this output. And then I have to tell this to go into that orbit. But obviously they will only do it when they've got the angle, because they won't shoot them through the planet. Okay, so I say proof of principle more so that I can remember how the heck it all works. Okay. Plus, I've then actually done what I said I was going to do. Okay. So I could make these, because that's actually a fairly simple recipe, isn't it? Steel, gears. Just wondering if I can sort of reuse. Not really. Yeah, okay, it's still a new little build here. Is it 4 things? Do these have anything in common? I don't think they do I? haven't established that before. No. Right. Pop that in. There. Why does that look like? Yeah, that's fine. Top hat. inventory full of junk again. Okay. So, this is going to make our... yeah, whatever we call solar sail ejector thingies, rail ejectors. Which means it needs... gears. Let's put all of them in. Did I limit these? I did. So it needs gears, it needs steel. Put that in. It needs circuits and blue motors. So circuits and blue motors. Then it needs hooking up. The magic of fidget spinners. There. This one is providing. Do I guess? Cool. And this is requesting these in. Yes, it is. Cool. Okay. So that's that one done. We've also made a little production of them. So all we've got left is the... well, I suppose there's also the actual rockets. But that's for another time. Oh, Dyson Sphere components as well. I forgot about them. In fact, I don't think have I technically unlocked them? Not sure. But yeah, this is our next build. Something more serious with... I didn't turn the deuterium into fuel rods, did I? I haven't done that. How much? How many? Have you fired any? No. I've not accidentally put that in a place where they can't actually shoot at the orbit they're meant to go to, are they? Why are you not firing? Could be a power issue. I think it's the angle thing, isn't it? Because they seem to... There we go. I never got why these didn't make noise, unless I'm being very dumb. Ray receiver! You activated your first ray receiver and solved the problem of receiving energy from the Dyson Sphere. Its activation has taken solar energy to a whole new level. Cool. Yeah, so that's at least functional, even if not efficient. Right. I was saying, I never made deuterium fuel rods. Oh, like a diamond in the sky, light a star that belongs to you in the Milky Way. Oh, I guess that means first, like, you know, solar production. I've just flown off in a random direction because of course I have. Yeah, so this could do with upgrading, couldn't it? Could it? Not sure it'll make a lot of difference, really. I guess it will. In fact, let's use the... Oh, I can't now like that. Right. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, basically I need to get rid of this rubbish. But I know what there's no... In fact, if I get rid of the requests for the... Oh. Raw stuff. So will that stop it? I think that should stop it. Okay. I should make proper use of these now that I've got a proper logistics system on my go. I could also, I guess, pop one in there. Can't I? Oh no, it's hydrogen. Yeah. Let us get rid of some bits and pieces. So if I put them in there. And bit of copper in there. What else can I get rid of? Lots of blue motors. Get rid of them. And what else? What else? I've got a million labs. Put them away. Cool. Diamonds. Is anything using diamonds in here? I've gone all mumbly. It's because I'm thinking too hard. No, diamonds are not used there. Would they be coming in some way? Oh, other way, other end. Other end, other end. Huh. Am I not? I guess I wouldn't be making diamonds anywhere else, because they require carbon, and I've not exploited any planets with any significant carbon. Apologies for this, is absolutely chugging the stream speed. This is usually the worst view. But it's also, as I keep saying, I want a pin system. I want a thing where I can just put a thing in, and then I don't have to spend ages looking for where I've randomly put a particular build. I can just go, right, that's my photon combiner build, that's my blah 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 build. Or at the very least the ability to colour these in, you know, so that I know that a bright yellow one is, I don't know, making sulphur or whatever. Come on, diamonds, where are you? I bet they're... I guess they must be used in science, aren't they? From memory. So if we find the science build, one of these uses diamonds. There we go. There he is. There he is. That's a bit better. Okay. So it looks like they've stopped producing, so I think I can probably get rid of that. Because this is where all the some warpers are being made, but in reality, I've already set it up to build them over at the other place. And get rid of that. Oh. Okay, so they'll just finish off as they're going through. Excellent. Is that on supply? That's on supply. Okay. Where was I going to make... Was I going to put them in here? Because what is the... So those are crystals and the green ones, which I'm making over there. Oops, wrong button. Yeah. So if we're making these here, we might as well put a little small build in for the lenses. How long do lenses take to make? They're like 6 seconds. I think I did something silly, like try and make one of these a second or something. So if I was trying to do that, I need like 12 a second. So 6 would be... I mean, that's just an insane number, isn't it? So if we just build something with 12... Say 12 lens machines. I'm not quite sure where all this landfill is coming from. It was completely dead. Guess it must just be me messing around, taking so long to do everything that it's sort of built it all up. Okay, and same dealio. Ooh. Is it a 3 item recipe? It's 2, isn't it? Yeah, 2. But one of them is... So, we're trying to make them. No, we're not. We're trying to make them. And we are requiring them. And them. Let's set this on... I don't know, 1,000? It's wildly optimistic, but let's just do that anyway. This is where I discover I'm making like, you know, 1 diamond an hour or something. Okay. Material spray extra products. Okay. Let's proliferate these then. In fact, do I have proliferation here? I do. So we could just steal it from there, couldn't we? Okay, let's do that then. Whoops. Okay, put a splitter in. Which one? Put a splitter up there. Like that. Then we can bring that over. So we need diamonds. A fair old chop. And dumbbells. Oh. So let's make sure we got room for proliferator. Put it in there. 2. Why have you gone? Oh. Okay. And this is going to make lenses. Needs quite a few of them. Oh, what's that? Ah. A proper science for a change. A proper science. Okay. Put you there. Yeah, okay. Power. I was only put like 6 in or something, wasn't I? Some. Put some in. Okay. Proliferation is already done. Demand those in. Give it some drones. You know, you can colour them, right, using foundations. Yes. The problem there, of course, is you have to have foundations. And foundations I have not made a lot of, and I think they're quite expensive for what they are. They also require stone, which... I mean, I guess that's why it gives you so much stone, is it? But I always found the stone a bit sort of annoying, really, because you get loads and loads of patches. Which early game in particular is just loads and loads of like plopping down miners, and I just get bored of it. So the amount of landfill you need, foundation you need, always just gets quite annoying. Plus, of course, the colour doesn't necessarily mean. I mean, I know I said let me colour in the ILSs, but that's the poor version. I'd rather have a pinning system. You know, put a pin in a planet. But yeah, you also then need to have a system for how you're colouring things. And you've got to remember that system. And that means remembering things. Which is another difficult thing. Because you can do infinite colours, I think, can't you? It does let you do custom colours. Yeah, so you can put any colour you want, I guess. How do you edit the custom colours again? I can't remember. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you can do whatever colour you want, but yeah, so we could do ever so slightly different orange, but yeah, so it does sort of require having a system. Which, why are you not working? Because you're not getting diamonds. Diamonds are sort of coming. So I don't think I'm really making them in any volume. Okay, so you are supplying lenses at a slow rate. But we need to know how and where we are making diamonds. I could just set up another production for them, couldn't I? Because I've got multiple coal veins that I've not used. Let's find one out in the open. Here we go. 1 million coals. Let's go and just set up an extra diamond production. I have got that right, haven't I? I've not been completely stupid. Yeah, diamond from graphite, which is coal. Yeah, okay. Have I got any level 2 miners? I don't think I am. Let's see if we can find some of those. Do you get extension to your logistics request thing? Where are they? Where are they? Somewhere down here? No? Because I'm not sure it gives you enough slots to do everything, but I need to set it up properly because just being lazy basically. There we go. So let's get one of those. Put in here. Oh, it's not powered, is it? That's why it's not doing anything. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay. There we go. How much power is coming in through there? Like 4 solar cells we got. I can't tell, can I, with that? Why has generation capacity gone down? Oh, it doesn't matter. Forget about it. Right, okay. So, coal out of there. And then the space. We want these in here. Somewhere. That way. And then diamond is reprocessed graphite, I think? No. Wrong one. That needs to be the graphite. And then this needs to be diamond. No, what's the ratio on this? Isn't it 2 to 1? So that's 1 each, but the coal is 2 to 1. Yeah, so it would be half a belt's worth of machines, basically. So, if they're doing 30 a second, and this requires 2 seconds to make. Oh no, but it's 2 seconds to make and requires 2. So it's effectively 1 a second. So we could support, in theory, 30 of these, but I don't want to support 30 of them. So we go 5, 6, 7, no, 10. More power usage, that will show you power grid. Yeah, I got to teach it a lesson. I mean, you know, there's no point having a power grid if you're not going to completely and totally overwhelm it. I still haven't put on the extra whatchamacallit, have I? The where am I actually going to put this logistics station? Just put it there, but then I've got the belts all the wrong way around. Right, let's redo that then. So if we put this in, although it won't let me put it that close, will it? I could put it there. Yeah, let's put it there then. Right, let's redo these. So I guess this one needs to be, oops, the graphite production. Two, 4, 6, 8. It's been great having so many of you chatting along, by the way. I never quite know. Being British, I don't quite know. I'm not very good at sort of expressing that sort of thing, but it's been great having a few of you chatting along today. Not that I don't, you know, I personally am a bit of a lurker, so I really don't mind that either, but it's always great to have people, particularly in with this, give me little tips and stuff, because so as long as people don't mind that so that'd be the graphite coming up. So if I then put that as a third lane, and this is the actual diamond, is that going to work? That should work, I think. Yes. It's been great, everyone chatting along. So, if we put the in there, out there, then you do in there and out there. That obviously needs to be set to diamond. It's a bit of a shame actually, because I mean I kind of know part of the reason why there are a few people watching, because although it's a brilliant game, it just doesn't quite seem to get the streaming numbers. I don't know if that's because it's obviously, you know, Chinese developed game, so I don't know if, because obviously, you know, I have it filtered to English channels for my things. I don't know if more people sort of stream it in China, but I know they have their own Twitch equivalents, don't they? So maybe more people watch it there, but it always seems a bit underserved with you know, streamers. There's a few bigger channels do the odd series on it, but it's not never seems to get that many people actually streaming it for some reason. Right, let's just stick a few of these in. I didn't use enough of these. I like the satellite ones. I know people don't, but pop that in there and see what I've done wrong. Seems to be working. Okay. Power 2084. Hello, this is Pal. Hello, Pal. Welcome to the stream. If they add enemies correctly, it will get more viewers. Yeah, I think you're probably right there, X. I keep talking about it as well. That I'm really looking forward to that update. This stream was actually meant to be a, or my anticipation for it was that it would be a now they've added enemies, let's play the game again stream. But they put, I don't know if you saw the blog post. They basically kind of explained that, you know, it's taken a while, and you know, they've also, I think, two of the devs are married and they've had a baby, sort of thing. So, you know, my personal anticipation is that that won't come until probably the end of the year. But my feeling originally was that it would come, you know, Chinese New Year basically, because they've done a big update. I think, unless I've completely misunderstood the timing and stuff, they've done a big update most Chinese New Year. Yes, hello, Power 2084. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. Actually, only going to be streamed for another 10 minutes or so. But always good to have another chatter. Right then, so that's diamonds. I wonder if these are finally empty yet. Oh, that's empty. Lovely. So we can get rid of that. How about you? No, not empty yet. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I need to go around and like tidy a lot of stuff up and like upgrade a lot of stuff, and it's like I'm making sulfuric acid here, but I've got like multiple logistics things full of sulfuric acid. This is the original build way back in the day. Cool. Okay, let's go and check on what we're doing with. So I still haven't put on the whatchamacallit, the deuterium rod thing. Oops. I mean, these aren't going to support it, are they? I need loads more. Is it really eating all of those dumbbells? Because they go in this one, no? Where are they going? Oh, they're there. Oh no, that's producing them. Oh, they're going in here, look, sorry. Yeah, so it is sort of filled up. Oh, and it's backing up with the lenses. Okay. Is this not using them up particularly? I guess I've literally done 2 sciences, so all the backfill is probably got it covered, really. But should we put some of these on, or queue up some more? No, it's a bit pointless doing that. Should we do an upgrades thing? So that's white, isn't it? And it's that one. Do I want to move faster? I think I'd rather have a couple more drones. More energy. So these are worth doing as well now. We've got some Raymond receivers. Range. Engines. Yeah, but okay. White science very soon. Can I put both of these on? Yeah. Cool. Research seems dead. My research, you mean? I think it's just because I'm not. It's like the original build I did way back when I was starting. I think most of the actual labs are running. Ah, no, yellow science is. Oh no, because this doesn't use yellow science, does it? Like, yeah, 750, so it's not a high demand on it. But yeah, they are kind of. I need more labs and stuff, but we're sort of getting to the stage where I would probably. Because, you know, it's not getting red cubes. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, these aren't running it. I think, but I mean, this big stack of labs is like pointless because I've done several other research speeds. What are you actually waiting on then? What are you waiting on? Carbon. I thought I was bringing that in. Oh, I'm not. Ah. I guess I've used up whatever reserves there were. Whatever reserves there were. What we could do... Oh! Did you see the... there we go. Launchers are firing away. I wonder how much... Oh, there's actually quite a few. Ah, 20 meg. That's not bad for just a couple of launchers and a mini production. Optimize solar cells memory. Experimental. No solar cells will be removed. When the solar cells expire, memory space are left blank so the newly launched solar cells can fill the space directly. If you no longer intend to launch a large number of solar cells, you can click this button to optimize the memory space. Oh, right. Huh. I guess they've added them because of the whole thing of... There were those videos, weren't there, where people were like deleting their Dyson Sphere and it just exploded into a million, you know, things. But yeah, so what we could do is go back to the diamond build we just done. If I can remember where the heck it is. I'm just flying randomly because of course I am. This is all used up now, yeah, okay. So I don't need this to be demanding these anymore, I don't think. Not that there's enough there for it to take any of them, I don't think, but... So... Oh. So, we've got so much deuterium, we don't know what to do with it. Okay. And this is all ground to a halt, therefore. Can I put... Yeah. We are absolutely full. Okay. Let's just do a box. Stick it in there. Pick up the tower. This always seemed like a weird solution to this problem to me. Of like, you know, the sort of sucking them up like a Hoover. Just seemed very, very strange. Range utilization is great. Yeah, I need to do more of them actually, I think. I think I've only got like the basic ones. The coal build. Because we could put the graphite we just made, you know, I could double that up. And stick that graphite in there. Well, there's still loads of coal on this planet. Hints as to where I might have built that. There it is. This way. So yeah, we're going up to time. 6 o'clock. I usually stream 3 till 6 on a Sunday. UK time. Oh, this is a separate build. Oh, okay. That's not where I was. Okay. Looks like that's all completely dead, doesn't it? Is that it? No, that's another diamond build. In fact, that's probably where I'm stood, is it? Where the heck is this coal patch I just touched up? Oh, there it is. There we go. I think I might double this back on itself rather than... Yeah. So if we do that, and then we can take this coal line, I flip that round. Might have to tweak the position of this. So that all the inserters are covered. Take this back up here. And Oops. That way. Those in. Awesome. So if we put that on there, then eventually, there we go, some extra graphite going into the system. Not a lot, but a little bit. And more power demand. Oh, we're actually hitting, matching our thing with that solar stuff, I guess. Right. I'm going to go and stand by the new deuterium so that I will hopefully either remember when we next stream again, which will be next Sunday, or with it being a bank holiday tomorrow, I might give it a go then if I can find the time. Was this just seized up because, yeah. So we've got so much deuterium we don't know what to do with, and what we need to do with it is burn it, basically. In quotes. I also need to completely rethink that, really, don't I? If it does double coat the stuff, there's no point wasting it. That lag effect is quite interesting as well, isn't it? So there are actually 4 stacked coming out of there. So this one is unnecessary. I can finally see it with it stopped. Because that is a stack of 4. Which makes sense, isn't it? Because it's taking 1, this is making 1 into 2, and then this is making 2 into 4. So this is unnecessary. It's interesting that these come out as 2. I guess they come out, this is that thing where it shows you, what it's showing you is because that's got some with 3 on, some with none on, basically, because it's coming in raw. I'm kind of surprised it does re-spray them. Anyway. That is incorrect. Which bit's incorrect? Have you set yourself a personal goal as to when to stop this playthrough? Well, mine was research all tech, and I have one Dyson Sphere that produces a total of 30 gigawatts. No, so I don't have a goal as such. It's more kind of limited by like the PC performance, effectively. Basically, there's a bit of an issue with this machine of it running. I'd quite like to get to a point of just building a Dyson Sphere. Not too fussed about how much power it produces, but I've only actually built one complete Dyson Sphere. I built like half a sphere before, but I've only actually built one, which was my last series actually streaming this. So it'd be good to get there. I suspect I would need to do a lot of stuff off stream, and just sort of do bits and pieces. That's a lot of time commitment, but I'm not sure. That part about the last pile being useless. Okay. Okay. I'll have to have a think about it. So I really struggle with the piling mechanic. I sort of find it a bit confusing and a bit weird. Pilers only stack if they get 2 items of the same stuff on the belt, and then leave a space. Yeah, okay. But by stepping it down from the level 3 to level 2, I mean, I know it doesn't work properly because of them making it level 3. So it's never going to fill this belt. because, you know, this is effectively 30 items, isn't it? And then this is like 12. So it compresses it coming out. So it should be getting 2 of the same every time. It's just that it would then never completely fill this belt. So I would need a 4th one, I think is the... Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So what we really need to do is exploit a gas giant with deuterium. And what I really need to do is actually turn it into deuterium fuel rods and burn it. But yeah, okay. Right, let us pop up my schedule. There we go. So, so item space, item will not stack. Yeah, so I'll have to play about with it, say, because I don't fully understand. They introduced it like right at the end of my last playthrough, and I think I used it once. And so I found it confusing then. So it's one of the mechanics I struggle with a bit in this. Yes, so this is schedule. I will be back next weekend, and I will have a clear run of a good few weeks. I stream Factorio on Saturdays. I'm playing through Bob's mods at the moment, the complete set of Bob's mods, without angels, just Bob's mods. I'm sort of at a weird stage with that where there's a lot to do, like a lot, but it's quite sort of repetitive because it's building lots and lots of the same, just different levels of machines. And I don't know that I really need to, basically. It's sort of a bit of a strange thing. But next week we'll be hopefully tackling modules. That'll be something different, something new, because the Bob's modules is very, very different. So that'll be a properly interesting. I'm sure that'll take several weeks. But yeah, so that's the Saturday stream. Sunday is obviously the continuing Dyson Sphere Program stream. As I say, we're kind of getting to the stage with my system where I'm not sure it can really handle too much bigger and also stream. I can fiddle about with like graphical settings and stuff, but it's really the CPU is like ancient, so it's not able to cope really. I am intending an upgrade sometime at the end of summer, but I may have to alternate with Factorio because I've got some other series that I need to pick back up on and give me a chance to do some off-stream stuff. But yes, hopefully we can keep going. We will go until the point. At least this week it didn't crash. It completely froze my system last stream, so we at least didn't get that. So that's at least something. Yes. So and thank you very much for joining me, Dipidex and Vetch, and it's good to good to have you people chatting along. Always a pleasure. So I think that's everything. Yeah. Oh, the other thing I guess I always promote is that I have a YouTube channel, and all the VODs go up on there, so you can see this series and like my 2 other Dyson Sphere Program series, like about 6 Factorio series, including a Mega Base and No Spoon run that I did, and the Aesthetic series is quite an interesting one where I'm trying to build pretty bases in Factorio, which is an interesting challenge because it's a very dingy looking game. But yes, so the YouTube channel has all of my VODs that go up on there. And that's it. So I say all it remains for me to do is to say I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Dyson Sphere Program. Thanks for watching. Cheers.